Hello, welcome. That sounds too formal. All right, guys, how you doing? That sounds too casual. That sounds too casual.
This has got to stay in. All right, guys, how you doing? Welcome. Bienvenue. Welcome.
Cut the sequences.
Whatever, yeah. We're at Greenbank Cemetery for another podcast. Basically, we're going to talk about why graveyards and cemeteries don't seem to be the most active. It is bizarre, isn't it? We've been here before in a previous episode. You could check that out as well. There were some sounds and stuff, but it could all be considered to be.
There was a potential trust issue, wasn't there, between the group where we heard something was chucked.
That was here. Yeah, that was here. I was in here and something was chucked.
You could probably replay the clip. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's a clip.
Is anyone here? Chris, you lobbing stones at me for? What are you lobbing stones at me for? That was you, wasn't it? Of me blaming him and going, swear on your kids, swear on your kids.
Oh yeah.
Billy and Billy's blaming. Yeah, everyone's blaming everyone.
And I was like, there's somebody throwing rocks at us, and everyone was trying to blame each other.
That was only our second ever experience doing it
early.
as Haunted the Truth, back when I was an outright skeptic and the entire purpose of the show was to debunk places. But you got to think about it, right? 3 reasons to come to a cemetery or graveyard.
I would say there's 3 reasons why you should come to a graveyard and 3 reasons why you shouldn't come to a graveyard. So what do you want me to answer first?
You do all your reasons and then we'll add reasons.
Why you should come to a graveyard?
Yeah.
Right, well, number 1 is free. You don't have to pay to come to a graveyard, right?
Yeah.
And another reason is full of dead people.
Yeah. So you would expect.
Yes, it's the most likely place, if there is such a thing,
that would
to be haunted. You know what I mean?
Be for the 3rd reason as well. It should be the most haunted place on the planet, right?
Definitely. Yeah.
You'd think so. You would think that, there would be grey ladies everywhere stomping about and stuff like that, but we don't really get that.
Yeah, I think another good reason as well. The weird thing is that when we come here, it's usually quite calm. When we come to graveyards, even like Arnold's Well, we were hearing stuff, but we were still quite calm. But it's like, they're beautiful. It's really historical. It's, the graveyards you see nowadays are nothing like the graveyards you got now. Like, obviously, like, was it Arnold's Well when they were just built into the trees, into the woods, and they were up the cliffs and all that kind of stuff.
So it's quite
now they're all quite flat,
aesthetically pleasing to look at.
Yeah, they're not the same, and it's quite a big bit of history, and you get to see people that have been buried 400 years ago. Do you know what I mean? And stuff like that. So,
why we shouldn't, though?
Yeah,
Why we shouldn't? Right. Okay. So here we go. Why you shouldn't investigate a graveyard. Number 1 is totally disrespectful.
Yeah.
And
can be, definitely.
Could offend some people and get you in a lot of trouble, I should imagine.
Yeah.
Another one is we should in fact capture some sort of paranormal activity here. We should, but we don't. To this day, we've had more.
Well, that's a reason why you shouldn't do it.
Well, it
doesn't necessarily mean that.
It's a reason why you should investigate other places rather than a graveyard, because there's a lack of evidence.
For us, anyway.
Yeah. But it's cold.
It's cold.
You're outside. It's cold.
They're muddy. They're usually around houses, and it's probably the most likely place we're going to get told off, or someone come. Do you know what I mean? So
you can never know. If you see someone walking through a graveyard, you're going to go, is it a ghost? Is it a human?
It could be
other people.
Intoxication.
Yeah. In graveyards, other people is definitely a problem.
I mentioned this to a few people online that the next podcast was going to be about graveyards, and they say that a couple of people have said, we want to come if you're going to Arnold's Vale again. I've had experiences. I know an area and all this sort of thing. Other people saying they've picked up stuff like, cat balls going off and stuff like that. Now, the problem is with these types of things, the cat balls, the voice boxes, you see this a lot in paranormal shows where they're considering their evidence to be supplied from cat balls and voice boxes.
What's a cat ball, by the way?
It's a ball that basically for cats, and if you touch it, it lights up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know if I trust something that's got a lot of technology in it, like a battery-powered item. No offense, it could be. It really could
You've seen
be.
the clip, have you?
Yeah, I seen it earlier today. I watched it. The only bit in it which I was like, I think there's something going on, is when a couple of them go down into one of the rooms and they hear this noise and they both cut and run, and you know that's real then, that they've definitely heard something, that something's happened, because I know that reaction. I know what that feels like.
Do you know what the problem is? You get a lot of people out there and they'll say, "Oh, wimps, you shouldn't run, you shouldn't do that." But when you're in the moment, you don't know what to do.
We don't,
Some people run towards it, and I honestly get those people. Do you know what I mean? I genuinely, sometimes the reaction to run towards something, it's like...
That's
like,
a fight or flight.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, like there's got to be a point one time that we hear something so convincing that none of us shit ourselves, that we all run towards it. And, you know, we're all like, we got to find this now. Do you know what I mean?
I think there's only one situation where we couldn't run away from it.
Snuff Mills.
It wasn't even Snuff Mills,
Where?
Because we had an exit route for everywhere we go. It was that building we went to in Wales.
With the stone that
And
came
with
down
the
the
stone that
corridor.
come down the corridor.
Yeah, because
and we were all
the other end
stuck
of the
in room.
corridor was a 20-foot drop. Throw another stone. Throw another stone. There's another stone. You little There we go. Throw that back.
That comes back at your face. I'm out of there.
The amount of people that would have died in this building throughout the years, and we are getting sod all, absolute sod all.
And they were nuts as well. So oh my god! Oh my god! It come back! It come back!
But if you look at how you dealt with the situation, Josh, and he did do. He came.
I
in the
picked
room,
up
but you
I picked up a stone and threw it.
And Josh throws it back to see if he can do it again. Now, if you're going to be a paranormal investigator, you've got to make these decisions. And if you run away from it, potentially you're going to miss a chance and an opportunity to capture something.
We've actually, and I find it interesting, people actually commented saying that they're glad that we don't just scream and run off, and I'm like... well,
Sometimes we do,
sometimes
but
we
I
do.
can't help it because I am a fanny. I might be the biggest one here, but I am the biggest pussy out of both of you.
I think it's that we scream and we run, but then we go back and we go, right, what was that?
Yeah, we do go back. And sometimes I go back, but I go, Mark, stop it. I don't want to go back, but I'll still come with you because I want to know what the hell's going on.
Do you know what? The funniest thing is, Josh, go in that little dark room over there on your own.
Do you know what?
You wouldn't. He's gonna stay in front of the gate. He's gonna.
No. Well, it's today. I don't know why. I just feel a bit calmer. But when there's three of us, I realised how bad it was the other day when there's just two of you. It's not even because the place we were was haunted. It's just when there's two of you.
Yeah, I mean, like you need to do it in threes. It's one of the biggest tips in paranormal investigating. I think it is. If you
Just
have too many
safety.
people, you've got contamination.
Yeah.
If you've got two, if there's only two of you,
Well, one of you. isn't it?
one can cut and run and leave you
Yeah.
on your own.
Yeah, and then you're
And
super
then
scared.
Mark's going to get further than I am.
Three or four is enough.
Something we've also learned though is that when you have someone who believes too much, it can contaminate what you're doing as well. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? When somebody is like, "Oh, that's definitely a thing," it really doesn't help. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes the best things we find are the tiny things, the things that you actually can't explain. The massive things, creaking in the building and stuff. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, creaking building. But when you find little things like a camera moving for no reason, you go, oh, bloody hell, that's giving me more questions than answers there.
Yeah.
And then you want to find out
I
why.
hate an answer
Unanswerable
being
questions.
a question that's been answered, which requires another question.
Yeah.
It really annoys me.
Yeah.
So it's like, yes, items can be moved by themselves, seamlessly by themselves,
Yes,
but
you can
how?
Yeah.
They can be moved, yes.
But how? And then you're like,
Yeah.
and then obviously the most popular reason, which I'm guessing most of you guys which are watching this are, because I doubt we've got some physicists watching this,
may
the
do
most
one
popular answer is going to be, it's a ghost, it's a poltergeist, it's a demonic presence.
I'm going to ask a question to you now, Mark. If you were going to conquer a paranormal investigation in a graveyard for 24 hours, how would you go about doing it?
For 24 hours in a graveyard,
You're doing a full investigation.
what I would do is I would ask permission for the local council to get the area closed off just for me.
Banging.
What the hell was that?
What was that? A woo!
You heard that, didn't you? while we're doing the podcast, this is the noise that.
Do you hear it?
Outside, basically.
There's like someone dragging this.
Yeah. Give an example of the whole quiet walk-in, or a bit of a talk on why it's important.
Hi, Harriet. Can you make a noise? What's your last name? Who you related to? Can you chuck something? Can you copy me? Can you clap? Right? No.
There's no break, is there?
Right.
So,
it's Harriet. If you're really here, like, well, your body is. Can you return to this place if you can hear me and make a noise for us now, please?
hold on a minute.
I'm not going to lie.
We did have a message from someone called Dave, and he wanted to know how long would you roughly give it in between calls before
you basically,
call again?
well, a lot of groups, they seem to be constantly talking to talk boxes and just constantly talking and not listening, not sitting quiet and not waiting, as if they're trying to, it's almost like they're trying to push, no disrespect to all, because I haven't been to all of them so I can't say, but it's almost like they're trying to push some sort of psychological state into people to make them think or feel something is happening, so they have an experience to take away.
So my personal opinion on it is you need to give it time in between calling out, especially when you're with groups. They get lost in transition with the idea of what paranormal activity or paranormal investigation means. A lot of it is selfish behavior. People want to have their voice heard constantly.
Like, before, we've had times when we've called out and something's happened and we've just gone, what's that? I don't know, just be quiet. And we've just, we've literally just quietly acknowledged something weird's going on. Yeah. And then we carried on with what's happening. But sometimes, like sometimes we've had 2 minutes. Do you know what I mean? We've just been quiet, nothing's happened. Yeah. Sometimes we've had 30 seconds and stuff's happened. We've kept quiet. Sometimes we've had 30 seconds, stuff's happened, and we've cut and run. The problem is with the groups and the people buying the tickets and stuff like that, there's an incentive value to give a good experience. With us, there's just us.
Yeah.
So we're like, even if we were getting paid, we'll still make an episode boring. Don't you for a second think that if we're sponsored by Ghostbusters the movie, that we're not gonna have an episode where nothing happens, because we're not.
The thing that strikes me the most important
is a hobby and a passion.
His mindset has completely changed since
and we've known you a while.
Started this, like he's as
stubborn,
an outright skeptic, a total twat.
Yeah, like we said, walking into buildings.
Never get on very well with him in a ghost town. Most groups didn't want Mark showing up.
No. I say that I believe there's something going on, but I cannot categorically say it's a ghost.
Well, we've had people come on the groups that have been absolutely great. I mean, you did the thing with the older gentleman, and I think it was his grandson or his son, who did the Snuff Mill stuff. And do you know what I mean? They were just normal people. They're like, oh, we've seen stuff up here, and they're great. They're great to have. But we have also had people that,
like you said, everything they said,
believe just a bit too much, and you do have to take their stuff with a pinch of salt.
Yeah.
But sometimes we've had people.
He's the kind of person to outright try and think of an explanation for them.
So I like to give people the real reasons. Dust can cause orbs, right? That's fact.
I've got a.
Yeah, you're digging into the facts, but sometimes you can be really harsh, completely disrespectful to someone. But not now.
No, I'm not. I will accept what people are saying, but when it's something which I can't explain, I will say I believe that it's probably this.
You are the kind of person to go, oh shit, that scared me. You've got Mark who will bring you back down to a level and go, hang on a minute, it's because of that.
Yeah, you have started helping.
Someone who also has a different take on it and goes, this could be that. And so it's the perfect balance, really. If you've got a group and they're all outright believers,
you'll find that the Ouija board actually moves.
Oh, God, yeah. You do help me, though, with your whole, Josh, don't run, because I am wanting to cut and run.
We want more locations, so if you can give us locations to go to.
Yeah, if you know anywhere. In fact,
like I said, even if you have a house, that is haunted or whatever, we'll come there. Do you know what I mean? If you're a house that's not been involved in an accident at work and it was not your fault, then you'll be absolutely fine. And we'll come in and we will get that insurance claim. We'll get that ghost. And
you might not get the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, you might not get the Ghostbusters,
you'll get the Drunk
but
Busters.
we will figure out if you need a plumber or an exorcist. And we'll be there, and we'll go, look, you might have a rat in your wall, or you might have funny plumbing, or you might have a creak in the floorboards.
Yeah.
Just
Do you know what I mean?
put it
But
out.
we will tell you.
And if you want to see us talk about anything else, let us know as well.
Yeah, definitely.
And, just comment, like, share, even if it's like send this to your friends and stuff like that, even if they're non-believers. I don't care if
Like I
somebody...
said, we got 310 subscribers right now. I mean, that's way more than I'd ever thought we'd have.
Yeah.
We do not boast about how good we are. We're the best.
Oh,
we're
no.
this. We're that. We're not. We're not professional in any way, shape, or form.
No,
We know
we're
that.
amateurs.
Yeah,
But even if we
we're
get
amateurs,
professional,
but
we'll still have.
I do think we have like a unique style, and we do come across quite well on camera. I think that anyway.
We come across as normal.
People disagree.
Well,
then
not me.
They
but-
can do one, but yeah, I mean, especially you. You come across really well on camera.
we come across as crazy normal.
We got Josh for the comedy aspect of the group. We got Mark for the logical aspect of the group, and we got me. Well,
For the sexy
I just
aspect of the
bring
group.
the backpack full of snacks and drinks, right? But no, we
He's
all
our
have-
catering.
But yeah, I mean, I've been around this for a long time, so it's something we like doing. We all do it for the same reasons you do. We get the buzz
Yeah.
out of it, and
they
we
like doing
like
it.
Well, the same
Yeah.
reasons you
to
watch
see
it. Yeah.
if there is life after death. Obviously.
Subscribe, like, and share. Thank you, guys. Good night.
Goodbye.
Or whatever time it is.